Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 on my not so affordable beauty routine. So let's go ahead and roll the intro and let's get into part 2 of this series of my not so affordable complete beauty routine. Editor, roll the tape. Okay, you guys, welcome back to episode 2, and this part is going to be, we covered the body. Now, the one thing I do want to say that I forgot in the last video, which I knew, don't you hate that? You always forget something, is a product that I also, when I shared with you my body whip, I think it's whipped cream, the whipped body cream, I think is what it was called. And I do that right after I get out of the shower. What I didn't tell you is that I also use this little thing, this little tube. This actually is a foot balm, and this was from Beekman as well. So I just want to get that out of the way because I have been promoting the Beekman stuff that our family does use, and they really do use it. We use all of these products. So this one is one that you put on your feet. So as you lather up your body with the whipped cream, the body cream, then you can put this on your feet, and you can actually put this as well on at night and then put your socks on, and it will leave your feet really soft. So if you are one that gets mani-pedis a lot, this will also help preserve your feet and keep everything nice and moisturized and soft, and that way that will prevent you from getting super dry, until your next pedi. If you're a person like me that buffs your feet at home and everything else, then this is a great addition to your kit that you use. So I did want to go ahead and just make sure I mention that right before I get into the second part of what we do. But I definitely wanted to pull this out and let you guys know what this is. So that was everything from the first episode. So let's go ahead and move on to today. Okay, so before we get into episode 2 and everything I use on my face, I wanted to share with you the second t-shirt I told you I was gonna show you. I have a lot of pop culture and nostalgic t-shirts, you guys. What does this remind you of? My kids were very big fans of Johnny Quest, and yeah, I just absolutely love the vintage cartoons. I also could have swore that I had a Schoolhouse Rock shirt, and I think I do. So if I get lucky enough, I will wear it in the third episode. But if I can and if I remember, I will constantly try to promote a nostalgic t-shirt into my videos for you guys, because I have a lot. I really do. I have Pac-Man. I have so many. Some I've gotten from Five Below, some I've gotten from Temu, but the majority that I've gotten have been from Temu, and I've been so pleased with everything that I get from Temu. Some sellers have better material than others, but I highly recommend looking into the nostalgic area. If you're Gen Z, Gen X, if you're anyone that grew up, in the 80s or the 90s, you're gonna have a blast looking through those t-shirts, girl, because I just so remember coming home from school. I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting on the Capitol Hill. And then the shirt I wore prior to this episode was Conjunction Junction, what's your function? What I'm really looking for, you guys, that will really just bring it home is don't drown your food.
So don't drown your food in nails or ketchup or goo.
If you are my age bracket and you are Gen X, then don't drown your food in ketchup or mustard or goo. Do you guys remember that? Oh my god. So when I go down the nostalgia lane on Temu, you guys, I have so much fun. So let me know what your favorite memory is from your childhood, whatever generation you're from. I'm Gen X, so the 80s are when I grew up. I saw all those scary movies in the theaters, aging myself. But we had the good cartoons, you guys. And one of those good cartoons was Johnny Quest. So let's go ahead and move on to today's video. Okay, you guys, let's talk about what do I do to my face. After I get out of the shower and I've lathered myself up with all those beautiful scents that I braided together, the body whipping cream that I have from Beekman, everything like that, what do I do next? Well, I am not really one of those people that, kind of puts, I do comb my hair, and we're going to get to my hair last because that's just a whole other show. A really big show. But other than that, I kind of start focusing in on my face. Now, I have never, this is my mistake. I will be 55 this summer of 2026. I'm very scared, but it's coming. It's coming. And I really have never built in a skin routine or anything like that. All of the products that I'm sharing with you from Beekman were something that were just either recommended or I stumbled upon, and I was just like, wow, I really like these. We are big shopping channel people though too. My mom especially. My mom's the one that turned me on to the shopping shopping channels, and then as she would watch them and purchase things, we would test things out. And so one of the products that I ended up really liking was Skinn. Now, Skinn is something that, it's a brand you can find on HSN. You can also find it on Amazon and anywhere else, probably QVC as well. But the Skinn brand has a night and morning cleansing routine, and we really like this Skinn. So this one, I believe, is the night. I think it's a dark one that's the night. Yeah, this is the PM. So this is the one that you would do before you go to sleep. And before you would use this, though, you would take your makeup off with the Beekman wipes. These are incredibly, incredibly popular. And these are probably where you see a lot of the mock packaging of Dollar Tree. Like, you know how there's been some organic products that have come in and out of the Dollar Tree that have really good scents and stuff like that. They come in packages like this. But Beekman is one of the products that is very popular as far as makeup remover wipes go. This one is the Sunshine Lemon. It smells divine. If you like lemon, this is for you. Even if you don't wear makeup every single day, this will get all the grit, all the dirt out of your face. So you want to start with this, and I really love the Beekman wipes. Couldn't love them more. So they come in a large package like this. Everything that I'm sharing with you today, I will link below in this video as well, with prices and everything else. Like I mentioned in the episode 1 when we did all the just shower essentials, you can get these for decent prices. Like I said, if you go to the Beekman website may appear as if it's more expensive than, like, you know, HSN, QVC, or like Amazon or whatever. I know a lot of people like getting the higher end brands on HSN and QVC because they have the flex pay and stuff. But if you go to Beekman's website directly, you can get the 30% off, like I mentioned in the first video. And they always run deals. They always do. So even though they tend to be a little bit more expensive, this stuff lasts forever, I'm telling you. The amount of wipes you get in this kind of package is divine. They have different scents and everything else, and they are absolutely wonderful. So the lemon is what we have thus far. Okay, so you start out with that, and then you move on to the Skinn products. So this is the morning. This is a green tea and mint cleanser. Now, you know, you can go and look at the reviews and see what you think. You know, it depends on you. I think reviews are kind of just, it's a personal preference. You know, you have to kind of guinea pig and try different products and see what works for your skin, your, I guess, skin type, if that makes sense, and the way things, you know, are compatible with your skin type. But this is really good. So this is what you start with in the morning. And this is the green tea and mint. And then after this, later that night, you would then use this. So we had to do the PM, so we know. And so this is the way it works together. This is olive and enzyme cleanser for the nighttime. And this is the green tea mint for refresher and moisturizing at night. So, in the morning. So that is what I use on my skin in terms of cleansing it and stuff like that. What I struggle with is I'm now starting to see all these changes in my, you know, jowls, which happens when you get older. I don't think it was as evident probably a couple years ago as it is now. I could see things changing as I was getting, I think I really started to see a change. Like, you know, just a tiny bit I started to see when I was about 49, almost 50, and then I'm 54 now, and it's just starting to, to really show. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do about it, you know, because also I'm wondering if maybe losing a little bit of weight might help it. One of the things I'm really nervous about losing, you know, over 50 pounds that I want to lose is, you know, depletion in your face and how that makes your face look. So now that I can see it just being overweight and having that fullness in my face, I'm wondering what it's going to look like as I lose weight, because I've already had a couple appointments with my doctors, which I've talked to you guys about, which I will be elaborating on that in my vlog. But as far as the skin goes and my face routine, I would say that this has been the most effective for me, because again, I'm a big skin promoter. I like their line, but because, you know, there's tons and tons of different face, you know, kits out there, and the whole routine and the whole, you know, everything that you need that all, kind of all mixes together. Some people mix products together and so forth, but with me, I really like this. Now, a lot of people say that you should put sunscreen on your face and stuff like that. I'm not really sure about all that because I've really never done that. And I'm wondering if maybe one of the mistakes of me not doing that is why I have a lot of pigmentation in my face. But based on a cosmetic surgeon that I watch all the time, he talks about the aging face, you know, and when it starts and how gravity takes over and, you know, what happens to your jowls and your chin and the neck and the whole thing. So what I found thus far is this. This is the Age Reset Intensive. It's got the foliaric acid, retinol, and vitamin C. It's a mix. It's a deep wrinkle protector, and this you put on in the morning and at night. I love it. I've been using it for a while. When I first started using it, I was a little bit younger, and it made my face look so bright and vibrant. And it really does work in that sense. But as far as like it making a lot of difference under the jawline, not really. But I feel like some of the products that I've been using over the last few years are the reason why my face is still okay. Like I'm really starting to see, even tonight when I did my live stream, you know, because I pre-film my videos. So tonight when I did my live stream, in certain lighting, you can see, you know, that I've got some really like I guess you would call them distinct lines, you know, in my face now happening. And it's my neck, though, that bothers me the most, I think. I do have one wrinkle that really started, you know, becoming super prominent, you know, and the lines in my forehead started really coming out probably the last 6 months or so. And I think this is around the time that you can start really seeing a change, you know, right before you get to 60-ish, you know what I mean? So this I would highly recommend using now, especially if you're in your early 40s. You know, if you have your favorite products, by all means, you know, stick to what works for you. But if you've never tried the Skinn line, I would highly recommend at least this serum, and you can integrate it with whatever it is that you use in general, and I think you'll be really pleased with it. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. This stuff is so good. I just wish, the one thing I wish it did do more effectively is the pigmentation. You know what I mean? Because I have to use a lot of concealer. I have to use a lot of, how I put my makeup on is I basically, after I, you know, do all the things just in terms of skin, is when I put my makeup on, I don't have high-end makeup. I think that's one of my problems, but I will share with you in this video a review that I've been promising you. So let me go grab the box, and I will definitely share with you in terms of a makeup perspective what this product has done for my face. Okay, so speaking of a beauty routine, I did tell you guys that I saw this Il Makiage on Instagram. I was highly encouraged to this Il Makiage that I kept seeing everybody say, oh my goodness, they had every celebrity on the planet, girl. Every celebrity on the planet. Now, before I started using this, I was using I think this is Revlon or L'Oreal, the Rewind. You know, that's what I was always use under my eyes, always. Now, I've never been a person that has worn foundation. I've never done that. I don't know why. I just never got on board with it because I didn't like the cakey feeling. I used to have a friend that did the whole layer thing, and she had acne though, and she was always, you know, kind of using layers and layers of makeup, and I just never wanted to be that. I've been natural my whole life. Got a lot of compliments when I was in my 20s and my 30s just about how vibrant and radiant my skin looked. My sister is also very, very natural. She has a skin condition called psoriasis. So certain foods and certain dietary things cause her to have flare-ups, but when she's in a good place, her skin is absolutely radiant and vibrant. And she doesn't have a lot of wrinkles. My sister and I are 10 years apart. She's 64 and I'm 54, and she looks fantastic. The only thing that really kind of shows her age is her hair, because she doesn't dye her hair. And she doesn't do that because of her skin condition. I have a feeling, we've talked a little bit about her considering doing dyeing of her hair and stuff like that, but I think one of the reasons that's held her back is her skin condition on her scalp, because she gets psoriasis really bad on her scalp. And I think that's one of the reasons why she was scared, because I don't know if a flare-up would cause hair loss for her. So that's the only thing between the two of us and we have the same father but different mothers, so we do have a little bit of a different genetic bloodline running through us. But she looks absolutely fantastic and radiant as well. Very, very youthful looking. And so our family has usually always just looked pretty natural. I mean, we haven't really had to wear a lot of makeup. So when I tried this box, what they offered was a kit. So they sent me a concealer. So they sent me an Il Makiage Concealer, which I shared with you, I think, already. Now, I do use this all the time. I use this every single time I put my makeup on. As far as the effectiveness of it, I really can't tell you because I don't have a lot of experience with makeup just in general. But I will tell you that I wasn't disappointed in it. I like this concealer based on the concealers that I've already been using and this Rewind that I've been using since I was 20 years old. I really am a fan of the Il Makiage concealer. I will tell you that. I really do like this. Now, I was considering using the foundation that they sent me, but here's the reason why I didn't use it. I didn't use it because it was way too dark. And when you go on this website to get your first package, they do give you a questionnaire, to figure out what your skin tone is. And when they sent it to me, I never opened it or anything, but they sent it to me and maybe it wasn't too dark. There was one that they sent me. I felt like that it was too. Yeah, I think when you open it, because it doesn't look that dark in the bottle. Like, see, maybe it's not too dark. I don't know. I just felt like it was, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a shade. I feel like it's like a little bit of a shade darker than my skin. See? It's got a gray undertone to it, if that makes sense. And so I don't know. I'm not big on foundation. I'm just not. So I can't. Is this effective? I don't know. It could be. But how does this tie into my whole skin routine? It really does, because when I get out of the shower and I do the whole body thing, then I move on to my face. That's one of the first things is I do all the moisturizing of the face thing, and then I'll start putting my makeup on. And since I got this kit, I've been using it relentlessly, but I have never used the foundation because I don't know. I'm just not into foundation. I'm just not into it. They did not send me in this kit. They sent me the foundation, the concealer, and I had the choice, I think. They sent me a mascara. I think these are bonus gifts they sent me. And then I don't know what this is. I have to tell you. I have to see. I'll tell you what this is right here. This is, what is this? Primer. This is primer. Now, primer is something in reference to makeup I've never understood. So if you guys want to elaborate on primer, please do, because I just don't care about makeup enough to. I use the concealer, girl. I use it all over my face. I use the concealer around my eyes. I use it on my forehead. So basically, I guess you can say that I use my concealer in my T-zone as a foundation almost, right? I don't really have never put anything on my cheeks. I just don't. Like, I put bronzer on my cheeks and I put, my blush, and then I put my highlighter around my cheekbones, but that's it. I don't really do a lot more. What I wish I could find was a really good lip, not a those lipstick, they're like liquid lipsticks or whatever, I wish I could find a good one of those, because those pencils that I bought from Temu, they're pretty, but they're dry. They're so dry. So also when I get out of the shower and I do the whole face routine, I do use a lot of the Beekman lip balm. I really do like it. It keeps your lips moisturized, and I use it over the lip liner. Beekman also has a lip tint, that will color your lips just a tiny bit. So, but the balms I really like. So I use the balms all the time, and so that's usually what I've been using over the lip liner. But they also sent me a primer. So if you're interested in the Il Makiage, I would highly recommend checking it out it's really highly promoted on Instagram. That's where I found it. I like the packaging too. It's pretty. It's a silver, and this is what it looks like for the primer. So this is what the Il Makiage looks like, and this is the primer. Ooh, oh, and it's a pump. So the primer is a pump. So as you can see, the primer is a pump, and I've never used it, so I never understood primer. What does it even do? Is it a dewy thing? I don't know. I don't even understand dewy between matte, okay? I really don't, and I don't care. I really don't. I mean, you know what I mean? I should, but I don't. So anyway, with that, I know, because my goddaughter's always saying, God, you do your makeup so vintage. She always says that, Like, she's like, people don't do eyeliner the way you do it anymore, and I'm like, girl, I'm class of 88. Okay. One thing I do want to say as well, after I do all the skin routine and everything, is I do like this Bad Gal Bang I forget who makes this. This is popular, I think. And you can get it in the drugstore, I think, even. But I got this. Oh, it's from Benefit. This is the Bang Bad Gal mascara. It has that kind of brush. So this is the brush on it. It's supposed to make your eyelashes really, really curly. And when I first used it, I felt like it did that. But then I started, I'm through and through, you guys. I am the yellow. So it's this one. Sorry, I have to put my glasses on. It's Colossal. This is the Big Shot mascara that I use. This is by Colossal as well. It's supposed to put volume in your eyelashes, but I use the original Colossal. So I just recently discovered that I like the Big Shot Colossal better than the classic Colossal. Here are the two that I'm talking about in my hand. So the original Colossal that I've always used, I've always loved that. I don't ever wear waterproof mascara ever. And then I started using this Big Shot Colossal, and I really liked it, but I didn't like the brush. So I just took the brush from the original Colossal and started using it in the Big Shot, packaging or this, mascara part or whatever. And I really like that. So that's what I've been using. And I have all kinds of different mascaras. Like, I feel like I've kind of tried it every way, like where people have recommended, use one brand on the top and one brand on the bottom. I've tried that as well. It's not so much of the brand of mascara that I have a trouble with or that it's a challenge with, but it's the kind, like the effect of the mascara, if that makes sense. And the brush. The brush matters a lot to me. And so this teddy bear brush, they call it, is the only one that I've ever used that I absolutely love. And so I usually end up buying the Colossal, taking the brush out, and then using it with whatever else I feel is fun to use. But as far as the Il Makiage, they sent me some mascara as well. That's this one right here. Now I feel like I might have tried this. I don't know. This is what it looks like. This is not eyebrow stuff, is it? Yeah, this is mascara. Sorry, I had to check. This is what the Il Makiage looks like. I just never tried it. They sent it to me as a gift, and I never even looked at the brush. But let's see, because maybe I've been missing out the whole time. No. See, this is one of those curved, one of those like rainbow kind of brushes. I don't like that either. Okay. So I might just use the teddy bear brush in this mascara and then come back later and tell you what I think about it. But this is all kind of ties into how I start when I get out of the shower, what I put on my face and how I put on my makeup. But I thought this was a perfect time to start talking about how I felt about the Il Makiage. I like it. I think the whole kit that I just shared with you was about $150, I think. But again, they have a promo. So what happens is, if you're interested in the Il Makiage, I think you pay $5. They send you the kit, and then they end up charging you if you keep it. And I kept it. So for me, I didn't have a problem with it. I use it all the time, and it seems to mesh with my, skin care routine. Now let's talk about after we start in the morning. We start all that. Take off the makeup with the wipes that I talked about. I do use these from Dollar Tree, believe it or not, on my face to wash it. So these are Skin Mate from Dollar Tree. These are makeup round removers. They come in all kinds of colors. They come in blue, yellow. I really like them. They used to have another dual pear-shaped scrubber at Dollar Tree, and they don't have it anymore, and that was my all-time favorite. It was a duo, and it was like a cream skin, like a cream beige color, and they just don't have them anymore. They've had these for a long time too, and these I stand by. I love these things. They come in like light blue. I think they even come in mint green. They come in pink, and they come in yellow. So I use them all the time, but the ones that I'm referring to, I miss those because I used to use those all the time. But as far as other products at Dollar Tree, serums and things like that, I prefer, because I'm aging, I just prefer to use quality products on my face. And so I just am not so apt to try, some of those other brands. Same reason for why I'm a little apprehensive to use some of those products at TJ Maxx and Home Goods and stuff. Or not, I keep saying Home Goods, I don't mean that. I mean TJ Maxx and Marshalls is what I'm saying, because that's where you can find the makeup and all the face stuff. And I've heard so many stories and seen so many things about like them selling expired makeup and stuff that I just have always been nervous to, not to say that the drugstores don't, like Target and Walmart and your grocery stores and stuff like that. Who the hell knows what they're really selling is. But I will say that Dollar Tree has proven to have some accessories that I feel like are worth looking into. So if you ever get a chance, just wander through Dollar Tree, look around at some of their face accessories, and I think some of them are proven to be really productive. Some of them are a little rough. You know, some of them don't work as well, because I've been going to Dollar Tree for years. And yeah, I found that these pads are my favorite. So with all of that, I do want to talk about one final thing before we close out the video, and that is, so after I, take off the makeup with the wipes, and, I use the PM, because we started out with the AM, so I use the wipes, take my makeup off, and then I use this cleanser here, right, that which is the PM part of the deal. Then after the PM, I use this on my face again before I go to sleep, because it's night and day. But when I brush my teeth, I want to talk about this. So I didn't know where to fit this in, so I'm going to go ahead and fit it into this episode. But this I found randomly. I don't even know how I came across this, but I got this from Amazon, and I really love it. And this is like a plaque remover, and so it's so cool. But the thing I was nervous about using this, because I was pretty excited to use this. When I first got it, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to use it. I was a little nervous, though, I won't lie, because it is a dental tool, and I feel like after I've used it a few times, I will say it is really a fantastic tool to use. But here's the thing. If you don't know how to use it, I don't know if it can ruin your teeth. The reason why I say that, I'm not saying it's not productive, I'm not saying it doesn't remove the plaque, I'm not saying it doesn't do any of that, because when you look at the box, you can see what it removes, right? Coffee stains, smoke stains, tea stains, wine stains. This is what the box looks like up close. It's a calculus remover, advanced tech for intensity modes, IPX6 waterproof, USB chargeable, removes 99.9% of dental calculus, teeth tartar, and teeth stains. This thing is really cool. I really like this thing a lot. Man, when I first used it, I was like, that was on my teeth? What? You know what I mean? It does have some PIC dental tools that come in it. So when you open the box, because I have everything together, I'm kind of OCD that way. When I buy something, I like for everything to stay with it, okay? I'm not trying to lose anything. But I will show you. This is what comes in it. So you have, oops, I knew I was going to drop something. So you have the dental tool that your dentist uses. And then the third tool that comes in it is this one. Some kind of scraper, if that makes sense. This thing right here, if that makes any sense right there. And then you have the pick and stuff. Now this particular pen thing that I'm sharing with you, it looks like this. So it looks just like this. I probably did a close-up, So this is what it looks like up close. Soft, normal, middle, strong. So that's what it looks like. If you're wondering how it works, what you do is you charge it. The bottom thing comes out on the bottom, and it has a USB, if that makes sense right there. And so you charge it until it's fully charged. It has a light on it that will let you know it's fully charged. Once you fully charge it, you take it and you press it, and it will literally start vibrating. And it looks like a pen. So it looks like this. Okay. This is what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. And so basically you take this and you start going around your teeth. And anywhere you see tartar or buildup or anything like that, you can go through your teeth and literally clean them thoroughly. The thing I realized with this, because I used the tools, originally, and I used the pen, used it a couple of times, and because I get a lot of buildup, I feel like as I get older, I don't know why, but I get a lot of buildup, especially on the bottom area of my teeth. I don't know why, more than the top. I just realized I don't know. I noticed the other day that I have a little bit of discoloration between my two front teeth, which I'm a little nervous about, so I need to get to the dentist for that. But I like this because it really does keep all the buildup and all the plaque and all the grossness out of your teeth. One thing it does not do, I want to tell you, is it does not shoot water. Like, it's not a spout of water, right? It's a vibrating tool, and it has a light on it. So if you use a magnified mirror, you can actually see where you actually need to take you know, the buildup off your teeth. The only thing I will say is if you do try it, I highly recommend. It's really highly recommended on Amazon. But one thing I was dying to get this. I was like, oh my god, I want my teeth to feel clean. You know what I mean? I was so excited to get it. How much was it? It was. I think this was. I want to say it was. Don't quote me, but I want to say when I bought it in 2024, it was $39.99. It could be a little bit more than that. Could have even been $69.99. But regardless, it wasn't that much, girl, because you already know I'm a cheap ass. You already know. But for something like this that I knew would last for a long time, that was very reliable, you know, that would prove to be a good thing, I definitely thought, okay, I'm going to do it because it's my teeth, right? And, you know, it'll just enhance my dentist visits too if I don't have all that gunk on my teeth. So the only thing I will tell you, though, like I said about using it, is that I just want to be able, I don't know if I'm using it properly, is what I'm saying. So, because a lot of times when it vibrates and you take that buildup off of your teeth, you have to be careful because you don't really know, you're not a dentist, right? So you don't really know if you're doing it properly. So that's the only thing, is that the next time I go to the dentist, I'm going to take it with me and ask him if he can show me how to use it properly, or the dental hygienist maybe, and then, you know, make an appointment with her and have her show me how to use it properly so I can, you know, get the full usage out of it. But I will tell you, I swear by this thing, it's fantastic. So if you are a person that really wants to, you know, give your teeth an extra hug, definitely look into getting one of these, and it'll get all that buildup, all the gunk around your teeth off, and your teeth will feel great. I know that the electric toothbrushes also can make a difference like that, but this particular tool just really helps with all the buildup and stuff around your teeth. So definitely check it out. And that is everything, you guys. That is everything. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to just share my routine with you. I'm very excited. I don't use fancy stuff, but the stuff I do use, I really believe in, and it really has made a difference with my skin. So hopefully you guys agree. Okay. Hopefully you agree. But anyway, I'm really happy that you know, came to this episode. I hope you did. If you missed the first one, I'll link it below. I am doing a series. The last series I'm going to do is on hair. I'm very excited to share that with you as well in terms of this overall beauty, not so affordable routine. But yeah, I am very excited to share that with you because I have some stuff I want to talk about with my hair. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Keep out of this heat, you guys, because in California, it's already 85. Okay? It's already 85. It's like it just morphed a heat wave overnight. So make sure you start enjoying spring. Get your summer clothes out and enjoy outside. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.